Welcome to the Cherry Pulse podcast. This is episode 60, the big 60.
Yeah.
We are a knitting and spinning podcast coming to you from right outside New Orleans, Louisiana, and we are so happy that you are here with us today. We took a little bit of a hiatus. I didn't have anything to show 1 week, and then I got sick, so that explains the voice. But we are back with a third member for the time being.
Who does not want to be held.
That's about her time limit until she's had enough.
Yeah, it needs to be on her terms, and that was not on her terms.
Yeah. So I'm Robin.
I'm Mary.
You can find me as Teenybutton on Instagram and Ravelry, and my Etsy shop is Teenybutton Studio, where I sell hand-dyed yarn.
And I am Snippin' Full on Ravelry, and on Instagram, I am Cherry Purls Mary.
And we have a podcast group. It is called Cherry Purls Podcast on Ravelry. That's where you can find our show notes for this episode, as well as all previous episodes. We also have a couple of coupon codes that we'll mention, but the actual codes are going to be in the threads. Yeah, we're a little rusty. I'm a little rusty. But whenever we do another giveaway or another knit along, the threads will be in that group. So that is where you can find all of our
anything that pertains to our podcast.
Yeah. So in terms of announcements, I don't think we have anything except the coupon codes. So we'll run through those pretty quick. Designer Kath Thorley has a 20% off coupon code for all of her patterns, which is good through March 2018, and that is Cherry Purls 20. And our friend Rick at WhimzeeStitches, who makes beautiful project bags, has a coupon code for 15% off all orders over $10 through the end of August, and that code is Cherry Purls. So that was a little hiccup. So those are going to be in the podcast group show notes. It's going to be linked down below.
Under episode 60.
And we're going to link to the shops in the show notes as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, see, I didn't need to do that.
Oh, I didn't. See, we're a little
messing
off.
with show notes.
That's okay. So I think that's it. Swapless Swap is completely full, so thank you to everybody who signed up. My trunk show is over, and I'm just getting yarn ready for Into the Wool in September. So I'll talk a little bit more about what's going to be in the shop update at the end of the episode, but for now, I think we have
some finished objects.
Some of us have a lot of finished objects.
Well,
a lot of little ones.
Yeah, a lot of little ones.
I just have the one big one, so you go first.
Okay. There have been times in my recovery where I cannot really keep a linear train of thought, so I have just been knitting a lot of baby hats. So I have 5 baby hats. They're all the same pattern. It is called the Fixation Baby Hat, and it is by Amazing Threads. And here's what it looks like. It's just your basic baby hat. So I have 4 of these, all in the same yarn, and that is Sweet Baby Delights Prince, and the colorway is 103 Baby Pastel.
It says Baby Bee Sweet Delight. Is that...
What did I say?
Sweet Baby.
Oh, okay.
I just want to make sure we have the right information.
Baby Bee Sweet Delights. It's correct on the show notes, and will be correct in the Ravelry thread. But yes, so I have 4 hats made out of this yarn, and then I did a 5th hat out of some different yarn, which is Bernat Softy Baby Solids and Marls, and the colorway is Baby Denim Marl.
That's cute.
So I started a 5th hat in the Baby Bee Sweet Prince Delight today. I was waiting for a doctor's appointment, and then at PT, while they were icing my leg, I was knitting on it. So yeah, I like knitting hats. Is my kind of like chill knitting, because I don't really have to think about it past the the ribbing. I guess this makes more sense. More than the ribbing, and then it's just stockinette all the way around until I start doing, the decreases at the top.
Yeah, but sometimes the conversation is so good you forget to stop the ribbing.
Yeah, I did that.
That's happened.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's why I have a lot of these. I hadn't always felt in these last, week and a half or so since we last podcast.
I haven't 2 weeks.
Or 2 weeks, I haven't really felt so much like knitting on an actual pattern, and I'll get to that in my work in progress. So this has kind of been my go-to. So 5 baby hats.
Cute. Is that for the End of the Wool knit along?
Yes, it is.
So I have a finished object. Pardon my reach here. I put him way over there because I was holding Pearl. I just sort of flung him in the chair. So these are my finished Zydeco socks. And I was thinking while you were talking about the baby hats being your mindless knit, vanilla socks are mine. So that must be, because I'm like, well, why don't I knit baby hats? And it's because they do vanilla socks.
Yeah.
But it's
these
a similar
are not
thing.
vanilla.
No, these are not vanilla.
Look at that pattern. Oh my gosh.
Pattern is the Speckled Space sock, or is it? I think it's just Speckled Space socks by Amanda Stevens, which is a free pattern. And every time I say that, I'm amazed that it is a free pattern because I would have charged for it. I would have paid for it. This is a fantastic pattern. Second time I've knit it, and I love it. I think it's a good introduction to cabling without a cable needle, which I know some people aren't brave enough to do. But
raising my hand.
You cable every single row, so you kind of have to force yourself to either get with it or take a long time, you know. So
depends on how long it takes you to use a cable needle.
That's true. I'm actually slow with the cable needle, so maybe that's why it's easier for me to cable without. But the yarn is Teenybutton Studio in soft sock, and the colorway is Zydeco.
I love this colorway.
Yeah, it's really a fun colorway. I do have a skein in the shop right now, but it leans a lot more purple. That's just the nature of the speckling. This one's a little bit more the yellow and black, and that one's a little bit more green and purple. So they're all a little bit different, which I love. So I did a twisted rib because I just thought it fit the yarn fairly well.
I can't imagine why I would choose to do that on purpose, but okay.
Yeah, it does take a long time, and it's not the most fun.
But it looks great.
Yeah, I like how it looks. So, I had cat hair in my mouth. It's gross.
Were you eating Pearl?
No.
Gave her a smooch.
Mm-hmm. I knit the 70 stitch size because it is cabled. It does pull in slightly. So this fits my foot perfectly. And not a whole lot to say about it. I did knit these on my US size 1 Chiaogu needles, which I think I'm going to say are my favorites. I do have those Addies, but I love the Chiaogu, the slickness of the Chiaogus. And I find that the Addies have a metallic.
They're a little like brushed. So
yeah.
They're not as slick.
Yeah, and
Plus the Addies are not true ones.
No, I have another pair of Addies.
Oh, okay.
I have more than one. The Addy Turbos are true ones. Not the Addy.
Not the Addies that you had for the other socks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think the Chiaogus are my favorites. I've had a lot of people.
My favorite.
A lot of people on Instagram ask what needle I use for socks. I use a 40-inch size US 1. I'm steering away from Knitter's Pride, which used to be my favorite. I have a pair of carbons that the cable keeps popping out of the needle, and I had a Knitter's Pride Royal needle that I was using to knit my goldfish memory shawl that snapped the other day. So I'm going to see if they'll replace it because it was part of my interchangeable set. But other than that, I'm a little hesitant to recommend Knitter's Pride right now. We're kind of on the outs. So, yeah, I use Chiaogus now. I'm a Chiaogu girl now.
Me too.
I switched my loyalty. So, yeah. Oh, that's the pattern is genius. It really is. So,
beautiful.
Very fancy. This is actually pair 7 for the year.
Oh, you went and counted?
I did. I counted. I found my other. I lost one of my pairs of the shorty pair I knit at the beginning of this year, the Anastasia socks or the Anastasia socks.
Shorties count?
I think so. If not, I'm probably going to have more than 12 anyway because I have one pair almost finished and another pair I'm working on. So either way, I think they do count. But maybe I'm wrong.
You're just barely over halfway through the year and you're at 7 and you've got 2 on the needles.
I have 6 on the needles, but only 2 I'm actively working on.
Oh, wow. So, 6 on the needles?
Yeah, kind of. Well,
we knit so differently.
I have 2 pairs of stripy socks that I started whenever I was doing the self-striping because I wanted to see how it would knit up. So I have both of those, and then I have another sock out of one of my yarns, and then I have a sock out of Savvy Skeins that's been languishing for a while. That's really Celtic-y cables, and I was just tired of cabling, so I didn't finish those. So, but they'll get done eventually when I feel like it.
Oh, sure.
How many whips do you have?
Just the one.
Just the one? Well, I have 3, so I'll go first.
Sure.
Let's start with this one. So, first of all, let me show
Is
the
this speaking
bag.
of socks?
Speaking of socks. That's a good episode title. Maybe we should use that.
That'll work.
So, this is my Neko Atsumi bag, and every time I show it, somebody asks me where it's from. And it is from our friend Lynn at Sunshine and Bubblegum, and she has 1 left in her shop. At least 1. She might have 2 left. But if you like it, pop on over. She is Sunshine and Bubblegum. And this one does not have a tag, but I know it's from Lynn. So these are my Elop's Owl socks. Let me put one on a blocker.
I'll do it while you talk about it.
So this is my yarn again, Teenybutton Studio Soft Sock. One of my New Year's resolutions was actually to knit with my yarn more. And I think I've knit 4 out of my 7 pairs out of my yarn. So
I think your
goal
living
is
up
accomplished.
to your goal, yes.
Yeah. And I've knit 2 shawls out of my yarn this year. So 3 shawls. Whew.
There's the yarn.
Yeah, so that's the yarn. It's just a vanilla sock. I'm using 68 stitches. These are the Knitter's Pride carbons, but they are not the ones that the cable pops out of them. Not on these, but another pair that I have.
So you have 2 pairs of carbon.
Yes, and they are not cheap. They're not as cheap as the other ones, I guess, because of the carbon fiber, but still, I'm a little disappointed. But I'll contact Knitter's Pride and see if they'll replace them, or if maybe I just got a bad batch or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at my Moomin. I forgot my Moomin was on these.
I love that Moomin.
He's so cute. So that's how far I am on the second sock. And I actually was starting the ribbing, and I realized I did not. What I do is I add 2 extra stitches on the back of the heel because my calf gets a little bit wider. So I had forgotten to do that.
So you rip back.
So I ripped all the way back, which I am actually really proud of myself for, because when I was younger and more impatient, I would have just kept going.
You were okay with those kinds of things, but then after it was finished, you weren't happy with it.
I'm going to be knitting anyway. That's kind of how I'm doing. I'm going to be knitting anyway, probably on a vanilla sock. So why not rip back and have them fit well before I finish them?
And have it be something you actually use, because it fits.
Yeah, it probably would have fit still. It would have fit okay, but it wouldn't have fit perfect. And I wouldn't have worn them as much because of it.
And this is too pretty to sit in your drawer.
Yeah. So, Elop's Owl Emporium. It is a light to medium gray with speckles of color. And I had this last week in the shop for the Harry Potter update, and I think I'm sold out. But I'm going to have more on the shop update this Friday. But the batches lately have been coming out really speckledy, and I love it. So that's a good happy medium of what the colorway looks like. So I'm glad I've almost got these done. And I am glad I had owl cables up here, and I didn't like the way they looked, and I ripped them out and just did a vanilla sock, and I'm pretty happy with that decision. So I actually worked on the owl cables whenever we were at DFW in April. So that's how long these socks have been on the needles.
They've been around a while,
but
they're almost finished.
Almost done. Yeah, that's how much I have left. I find that at the end of my socks, if I have a 463 yard skein, yeah, that's the measurement. I end up with 20 grams left, or sometimes 25. So it's enough to do heels and toes for another skein, and then the pair of socks, which is pretty cool. Plus minis too. Mm-hmm. So there you are. So this will probably be done soon. I've been when I was sick, I'm still getting over it. But whenever I was really sick, I just sat in bed and I watched 2 seasons of Gossip Girl and just knit in circles for hours. So that's how most of this got done. But yeah, that's all I had the brain power for. I thought about working on my shawl.
No, I totally get. That's why I'm doing the baby hats.
Yeah.
That's probably a sock worth of knitting.
Oh yeah. Probably. Well, you ripped it out, right?
No, this.
Oh, that. Yeah.
My round and around.
Yeah.
Do another one, because I only have the one.
I will show my shawl. This is I feel like I'm talking a lot today, but I guess it's because I have more to show. This is my Martha's Meadow shawl. The yarn is La Bien-Aimée. The base is Allure. And actually, the label printed over the tape, and it's starting to fade. See that? La Bien-Aimée Allure. 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere. This is Peach Mignon. And that one is Parchment. And this is my bag from the Scrappy Thread. Erica at the Scrappy Thread. This is I think it's perfect because it's soft and kind of vintagey, and I love it. So this is how much I have done. The pattern is Martha's Meadow by Lisa Hannes. And I actually noticed a big oopsie, and I'm thinking about if I should rip back.
Oh.
So I need your opinion. I didn't want to come in here when I was sick and I couldn't show you, but let me see if I can find it. think it's this.
Right there?
Yeah, right there. I'll show them. I'm sitting here talking to you. So it's supposed to go, well, I gotta find it backwards.
It's right here.
Oh, no, that's not it.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
I'm not convinced.
Oh, maybe it's not.
Right here. Okay. This is the mistake. That's the mistake. And then this is what it's supposed to look like.
Oh, the two on top of each other. I see what you're saying.
I don't know if they're, like right here, that's supposed to be straight up eyelets. Like this one. So my question is,
I'd have to look at it closer.
do I rip back? Which looks like a lot of lace. Maybe 5 or 6 rows of lace.
Oh, yeah.
Or 12 rows of lace whenever you count that you have to purl back. Or do I keep going? Because no one's going to ever notice it but me. So I guess some of those things where I have to decide if it bothers me enough to rip it back.
Absolutely. I know what I'd do.
You'd rip it back.
I always rip it back.
Yeah. I used to be the person that didn't rip back.
See, because every time I'd look at it, I'd be finding that. That's just what I do.
Yeah, it's
like nobody else would notice. Like a non-knitter wouldn't say, hey, wait, why doesn't this follow the pattern? But I know what the pattern's supposed to be, and if it's something that I know my eye's going to continue to go to, then it's something that would bug me, and it might be something I wouldn't wear it as much for because I'd be like,
yeah,
there
and the
it is.
yarn was too nice and frankly too expensive to not have it be as perfect as possible, I think.
I've done a lot of ripping back on
there it
this.
is. Yeah, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows of lace. I didn't notice it until this past row, and that's why I haven't worked on it in the past couple days.
I mean, it could be worse. You're very early in the lace. I mean, it could be worse if you were up here in the lace, because then you'd have more stitches on the needle.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have messed up that far up because then I could have been able to read the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's probably not a big deal. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be knitting anyway, so why not knit it and make it perfect? I think I am going to rip it back.
That's entirely up to you. See, mistakes, like if I make a mistake somewhere in this, I wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah.
Like there have been times when my stitch count has been off and I've had to
You just knit 2 together and just increase.
Yeah, I'd either knit 2 together because my stitch count's off, or I'll knit into the front and back because I need to add a stitch. So if it's in garter, I am totally not ripping that back. But if it's something in lace where there's a definite pattern like that, that's probably something my eye would be drawn to it every single time. I'd be looking for it. Can anybody see that? Oh, I can see it. But it's stupid, but that's just how my brain works.
The yarn is so amazing.
Well, yeah, that's your bury you in your shawl.
I know. Oh, okay, I gotta rip it back. I'm not gonna do it right now, obviously, but I guess I'll do that tonight after we finish filming. And look at my secret donut succulent. Super cute.
Because everybody keeps their donuts in with their plant.
Yeah. I have that Bulbasaur planner. It's sparkly and pink, kind of like a donut.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's cute.
It is cute. It's quirky.
Yeah, look at those colors. Oh, gorgeous. So, yeah, that's my shawl right now. My goldfish memory is in timeout until I can figure out what the heck's going on with those needles. Because I don't really feel like switching needles mid-project because my gauge will probably change if I switch from wooden to metal.
Yeah.
I need to actually contact Knitter's Pride.
Makes sense.
I think that's a wooden pair of the same size, but I'm not going to rip it out of that project. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm enjoying knitting the shawl for now. So
good.
You want to do yours?
Sure. I am working on a shawl. This is kind of poofy here. This is Mad Tosh sock, and this is the colorway Well Water. And this
was given to you by a viewer.
This was sent to me by a wonderful viewer right after my surgery. I knew I wanted to knit something out of this quickly because I loved it so much. This is actually the 3rd pattern that I've tried with this yarn. I talked earlier about how my brain's just not firing as it normally does. So I found a pattern that I thought would work well, and I was knitting it, and I don't know, I wasn't loving it. So.
Oh, you changed patterns since I saw it last.
Yeah, this is the 3rd pattern.
Oh, so, I thought it was a triangle shawl, and I'm like,
no, the other two were asymmetrical shawls. The second pattern, I don't know what I did, but I was supposed to be increasing like you do with an asymmetrical shawl. You know, you start off with the point and it gets bigger as you go. Mine, for some reason, was getting smaller. And I was only this far into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm like, no, I need something that's even more simple. So I found a shawl that has been in my library for a while.
I feel like everybody's knit this shawl too.
Yes, and it's something that I've intended to knit for a long time. So this is my Pebble Beach shawl. I am, let's see what row I'm on here. I'm on row 59, or actually I'm probably getting ready to start row 61. Yep. But anyway, so I'm knitting Pebble Beach and I'm enjoying it very much. I love going through people's project pages and see how they adapted the shawl, added different things to it. I do have 2 skeins of this and I'd like to make it a larger shawl.
It's 2 different sizes, right?
Yeah, but I don't necessarily want it to be the biggest. So I found a lot of people who talked about where they did pattern repeats to add length, and then several people also added beads to theirs, and they talked about where they added beads, and I think I'm going to add beads to this. So I need to
order them.
I don't know. I may go to Michael's and see what they have at Michael's, because I bought me some beads at Michael's before, because I think what I'll probably do is some clear beads instead of trying to match this color
like water. Like well water.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the plan on this. I am going to add beads to it, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so I can use up all of this skein and move into the next skein.
And let me ask you this. Are you going to alternate skeins?
Yes. So I'm going to get to a certain point as I get closer to the end of this, and then I'm going to start alternating skeins.
That's a good idea.
Because, hand-dyed, there's no such thing as them all being exactly the same. Mm-hmm. So yes, I will absolutely be alternating skeins.
That's a Helen Stewart pattern?
Yep. I'm sorry. It's Pebble Beach Shawl by Helen Stewart. I love her patterns because of the way she writes them. Every single line gives you a stitch count, and then she also tells you how much percentage of the pattern you've completed, which in my case is going to be irrelevant because I'm going to be adding to it. But I do enjoy the fact that she adds that extra information in there for the knitters, just in case you want to follow the pattern exactly, you know where you are in the pattern at all times.
Yeah. Or I mean, if you have less yardage, when to.
Yeah. This is that. You weigh your skein and you have 10% left, but the pattern says you've got 20% left. Okay, I got to find a place where I'm going to be binding this off a lot sooner. So anyway, yep. In Pebble Beach, that's where I am for now. I'm very happy with this pattern. I think it's going to work well with this yarn. So maybe it was just not meant to be. Third pattern time with this yarn as a charm.
Cool. I really like that color.
I do too.
It's very denim-y.
Yeah, I love it.
So I have one more whip in progress. This is my bag from Sugar Tots. I've been showing my bags lately because I love them. I'm using
I have one work in progress. That's how we're different. That's why I don't keep mine in bags.
Yeah.
I've got 1,000 bags, so when I go places, I'll put them in.
Yeah. See, most of my projects I take with me, but even the ones I don't, I keep them in bags, just because there's somebody who likes to carry skeins around. So it's hard to get a skein. It's hard to get a zipper open if you don't have thumbs.
Sure. But too, you've got multiple projects. It'd be a lot of yarn and needles being around. I would keep mine contained with the pattern if I had multiple works. But see, I only had the one.
Yeah. So this is a new sock I cast on this past week. It is by the yarn is by Desert Vista Dye Works, and the colorway is Animal Dreams. It's on a Viso base or Viso. Let's say Viso.
I would say Viso.
Viso? It probably doesn't matter.
V-I-S-O.
Yeah, V-I-S-O. The colorway is inspired by a Barbara Kingsolver novel of the same name. It was from the collection she did. I'm getting nasally. Sorry. It's from the collection she did inspired by female authors, and this is one of my favorites. I do have read Animal Dreams, but I do like a couple of her other books better. I like the Poisonwood Bible. I like Flight Behavior. I like Prodigal Summer. But Animal Dreams is good too. And it is a perfect match to the cover of the book. So that's what the yarn looks like. And this is, of course, one of her self-striping colorways.
That's gorgeous.
There it is. And look at that snow cone. I forgot the maker of the snow cone. My nose is acting up. But I'll put it in the show notes. It's a fairly small charm maker I recently ordered from, but I'll put it in the show notes. So, yeah, just a vanilla sock. So there is the back. Looks exactly the same. But I'm enjoying it. It's a very simple, just vanilla.
I love self-striping vanilla sauce because it's fun. I'm going to knit to the next stripe. Mm-hmm. No, wait, one more stripe. No, one more stripe.
It's easy to keep track of where you were, too. If you don't move your progress keeper, you're like, oh, I just started the pink stripe today, so that's where that's how much I've knit. So, yeah, not much to see. Just a vanilla sock. Mostly because, I was going to say because I cast off a vanilla sock, but I haven't yet. It's a little bit of a early cast on.
It was calling to you and said, cast me on, and you said, no problem.
Yeah, it's very summery.
I agree.
Yeah. So I don't know what my next sock is going to be, but I got to figure it out relatively soon. I guess I don't have to. I could take a little break from having 16 socks on the needles.
Or you could go work on your other socks.
What other socks? I don't know what you're talking about.
There's another show title, too.
Yeah.
What other socks? So...
So what?
Now we're moving into Throw Me Something, Mister.
Yes, you go first.
Okay, well, I only have the one thing.
I have two things, actually.
Okay. Robin threw this across the house to me. This is her Teenybutton Studio Lush Base, which is,
8-10 merino cashmere nylon.
And I had bought some of this a while back and just didn't know what I wanted to dye it into. And when we were at knit group, week before last,
because we're on Saturday.
That's right. One of the ladies there, another Robin, put this with another one of Robin's colorways and was talking about making something out of it. And I saw it and I'm like, ooh, I just bought a pattern that would be perfect for her. So I am going to use the matchup that she came up with. I don't think we're going to do the same pattern, but hopefully not. But even if we do, it would be a good choice.
It's like a mini knit along.
But anyway, 3 a.m. on Bourbon Street. I still need to get the second color. But I don't know when I'm going to cast this on, but that's what I have new this week.
Yeah. I'll be dyeing sunflower again in a while.
No rush.
The pattern by Carissa Browning, the Wonder Woman wrap, someone had messaged me on Instagram and she's like, oh, these colors, your colors, crawfish boil and sunflower would be perfect for the Wonder Woman wrap. And I was like, oh, it's so true. So I posted about it. I'm like, hey, look, guys, I know a lot of people are knitting it. And I hadn't even noticed it. Like, this woman was, like, super smart to have noticed it because it's a fairly decent match. It's actually really close. So I'm actually sold out of sunflower right now. I think I might have one more skein. But I'm going to be dyeing it again for the Wonder Woman wrap. So that is why I went out dye yours.
Oh, that's like I said, no rush.
Yeah.
I still have Pebble Beach I'm working on.
Yeah. So
and the pattern that I want to do is a mosaic, and I don't know if I'm
not ready
to
yet.
The point of mosaic yet. If I can't handle simple lace,
you'll get there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I have a little bit of an unconventional throw me something mister today. Eloise Narrigan is an artist on Instagram. Well, she's not just on Instagram, but I follow her on Instagram.
There you go.
And I know that there's like this big enamel pin craze that's been going on lately, and I'm kind of really excited about it because I think they're really cute, and I think that they're small and collectible, and you support artists and all that kind of good stuff. So she had a pin that I saw, and it was super cute. So I had to buy it. So it is a raccoon holding a bag of marshmallows, and the card is drawn so it looks like he's in a s'more. So it's super cute. And I ordered one for Larry for our anniversary last week because he loves raccoons, and he collects enamel pins too, but mostly Pokemon ones. But this one's cute enough he could be a Pokemon. So Eloise actually sent me a nice note. She's a knitter herself, and I'm not sure if she designed the Ravelry,
Ravelinic?
the login page.
Oh, okay.
Bob with the little stack of animals. It looks like her work.
Mm.
I know Bob. It's sad.
I know.
But I know for sure she designed this year and last year. She designed the Indie Untangled official tote.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so she's a knitter. She's in the knitting community.
Well, she's brilliant. Her work is just great.
I posted on Instagram. I bought a print from her. She has this series called Dogs with Jobs, and the golden retriever is an indie yarn dyer, and so it's this cute little golden retriever, and she's pulling yarn out of a pot. So I bought the print to put in my studio, but the studio is really messy, so I didn't want to get dye on it, so it's in my room now. But this is the lovely card she sent me with the little radishes, and then a cute little card with one of her little goats on it. So she does very cute work. She's EloiseNarrigan.com. We're going to link to her in the show notes.
Of her card.
Yeah. I don't know how many more of these she has. I know that this is the last call for these.
But she's probably got a lot of other cute things.
Yeah, she has prints mostly. And then she also has, if you have young children, she does like animal alphabet prints and stuff. So very cute stuff. And she's very, very sweet. So I recommend her if you're looking for cute animal art. And then I have one more Throw Me Something Mister today. I got I'm so bad. Oh my God. So the Tour de Fleece have been happening for like
the whole
2 weeks. Oh, your alarm's going off. Hang on 1 second, guys. Wait. There's a fuzz. So the Tour de Fleece has been going on for at least a week and a half now, and I have not spun a bit. I joined a team, and I have not spun a single thing. But I bought fiber to spin for the Tour de Fleece. So I had all this. I had like 3 braids I wanted to get through, and I wanted to finish what's on the wheel. And then, like, when I was sick, the idea of like sitting up and spinning on my wheel just kind of was like, meh. And I don't want to work. I'm not excited by the fiber on my spindle, and I don't want to pull it off because I want to finish it. So there's, just been excuses. But I'm going to try to get to at least finishing what's on my wheel. But this fiber is beautiful, even though I am lazy. It's from Three Waters Farm, and it is 100% Polworth. Oh, it's organic. Organic Polworth top. Look at that. And the colorway is Old Stone House. And it is very neutrally warm kind of tones.
Kind of autumnish.
Yeah, maybe not so much warm, but just very muted. So greens and purples and a little bit of blue.
You turn it around, yeah, you can see the gold.
Yeah.
That you don't see on the other side.
Gorgeous. And I bought some more fiber that's coming from England. Because what happens is every year for the Tour de Fleece, all of my friends on Instagram start posting all of the beautiful fiber that they're spinning. And even though I'm not spinning, I'm like, oh, I want to spin that, so I buy it, and then I never spin it. So they're just enabling me with I'm not having any sort of output.
Well, you can always spin as in other months. You don't have to only spin in July.
What? Gorgeous. So the Polworth is nice and squishy. And I'm really not that good. I don't know what kind of wool I like to spin because I don't pay attention to the fiber content, to be honest. I'm just like, oh, that sounds good, and add it to my cart. So I've spun with Falkland and Corriedale and Merino and BFL and Polworth, but I can't remember.
Nothing is standing out.
Yeah, nothing really stands out. And I don't know if it's because I'm not an experienced spinner because I don't have any formal training, or I've never taken a class, or I just don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know why.
Well, you
I don't
know what
you're
doing. I mean, what you're spinning, it looks wonderful.
Yeah, I get even. I know how to spin. I guess I just don't understand. I don't pay attention to crimp or how sticky the yarn is or staple length or anything.
You do pay attention how sticky it is because that's one of the complaints about the yarn that you have on your spindle. You said it's really sticky.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I think that's the Falkland. I'll have to pay more attention. It'd be really smart to keep a notebook. But, just because I say, oh, it'd be really smart to do this doesn't mean I'm actually going to do it. But it's gorgeous and it's squishy.
It is.
So it's just going to live with me for a little bit until I get around to spinning it.
You know how much fun that would be to play in?
She's never... Oh.
Someone been chewing on the end of the bag.
Oh. That's why I can't have nice things.
Yeah,
People say that, but this is the truth.
You get ready to say she never, and then you see evidence she's been there.
She tried.
So I must get into that.
I'm so lucky she doesn't have thumbs, you guys. Like, if she had thumbs, my life would be ruined.
Yeah, because I don't think it came that way.
Yeah.
That is definitely Pearl's signature.
I sent out a packing slip the other day, but it was an order from one of my friends, and Pearl had decorated the edge of the packing slip. Usually when she does that, I reprint it, but it was someone I knew who would appreciate getting a Pearl decorated slip.
Yeah, she kind of hole punched it.
Yeah, she hole punched it. She plays with stuff as it comes off the printer because she used to sit right there, but now she doesn't do it so much.
And right there is the printer.
Yeah, the ledge.
Both of the cats have this fascination with the printer that when it starts going off, they'll come from someplace in the house because they can hear it going, and they'll either sit on the floor and look up at it, or they'll sit right next to it. And there are sometimes when Pearl will literally sit on the ledge where the paper comes out, and I'm waiting for that just to snap off under her weight. But anyway, sometimes they'll actually shoot off the end.
She's a little feather, okay?
12-pound feather.
Larry calls her the dirty dozen. That's so mean. Oh my God, that's so mean. Poor Pearl. And she wasn't even there to defend herself.
She likes her food. What can I say?
Does. Yeah.
It's yummies.
I think that's all we have for Throw Me Something, Mister.
Yep, that's it for knitting related.
Yeah.
Now time for shop update.
Shop update stuff. If you're not interested in this, then you are more than welcome to leave. Thank you for watching up to this point. If you are interested to see what is going to be in Friday's shop update, then stick around. I did not have a shop update last week because I was not feeling well and I hadn't been dying very much. But this week I have actually a lot of yarn that will be going into the shop.
But you're also doing your shop swapless swap.
Yeah.
Dyeing.
Yeah, what I've been doing for the swapless swap, because it's 9 skeins of each color and I dye in batches of 6, I have usually 3 extras of each of them. I'm just doing them in batches of 6 and then pulling 9 out. So I'm going to have a little bit of a lot of colorways. So a wide variety, but a limited number. We learned about this in one of my business classes, breadth and assortment or something. It's some technical business term, but I didn't retain any of that. So there goes my education being useless once again. But there's a large variety with a limited number of skeins, so that's all you'll need to know.
And this will be next Friday?
This Friday.
This Friday? Well, it is
the next Friday.
It is the next Friday.
Yeah.
And that is the 21st?
21st, yeah.
Yes. At 5 o'clock Central Time.
Yes. So I have 2 new colorways. One of them, or both of them, were exclusive to the trunk show, but now they are going to be in the shop. This is the first one. Mardi Gras themed, if you couldn't tell. This is called Throw Me Something, Mister. And it is kind of watercolor variegated. That's what I'm calling this kind of style, like watercolor, sort of. Kind of like this other one, kind of watercolory. I think they go nicely together. Look at that.
You do.
This is Throw Me Something, Mister, and this one is Royal Street, which is a street in the French Quarter. It also go nicely with Bourbon Street. So
3 a.m.
3 a.m. on Bourbon Street, yeah. So I will have both of these on soft sock. Again, Royal Street and Throw Me Something, Mister. I will have 3 a.m. on Bourbon Street. I think just on soft sock. I will have a couple skeins of Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, which is one of my Harry Potter colorways. I will have a couple skeins of Hagrid's Umbrella on tough sock and on soft sock. And for those of you who have ordered the July Harry Potter skein of the month, those have all gone out today. This was intended as the companion colorway if someone wanted to knit a 2-color shawl. But it is not too late if your skein already went out and you want to order another one. You can decide whenever it gets there if you think it'd be a good fit, but I think it'd be a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
You think so too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, if you just like the pink color, you can order it, of course. Again, on tough sock and soft sock. I will have more of the Silver Doe, which is the Harry Potter Club of the Month colorway for March, which is now available in the shop. So, the Silver Doe. This one is on tough sock. I think I have a couple more on soft sock, but I need to double check. And then last but not least, I will have a couple skeins of Britannia. This one is on tough sock, but I will also have it on shimmer. So that is what will be in the shop update this Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I hope y'all can make it. Thank you so much to everyone who's ordered from me the past couple of weeks. The Harry Potter update was a big success. I sold everything I put into the shop that day, which is amazing. And it just warms my heart. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Just means a lot. So I feel like thank yous are never unappreciated. So
You can't say thank you enough.
So I think that's all we have to show this week.
You still have slots open for the August?
Yeah, August Club is still up. And that is going to be open until the end of the month, and then it goes out in the middle of the month, typical to the Harry Potter Yarn Club. And as usual, it is pick your own base. My nose is like, ugh. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yep, I think that's it.
Yeah, and again, links to everything that we talked about are going to be in the down bar.
Well, the links to the show notes will be in the down bar, and the links to everything we talked about will be in the show notes and our Ravelry group.
Yeah, you should talk more than I talk because you're a lot more succinct. But
for now,
there
are plenty of times where I can talk forever and it can be said in 3 words. Yeah. So.
All right, well, thank you guys for watching.
Thanks.
We might not stick to the every week schedule.
It kind of depends on what's going on in life.
Yeah.
We will definitely try to continue recording every week. But sometimes things come up, like someone gets sick or something comes up unannounced. But the intent is to try to continue to be there weekly. So if you don't see us, just know that something came up. But
yeah. I think we're going to try recording it on Sunday.
Yeah, to try to get
back closer to the end of the week.
Yeah. To try to work our way back to doing this on Thursday. But this is Monday night, and turning around and doing it on Thursday, we probably won't have much to show. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably try to record again sometime this weekend to give us a little more time to actually have something to show. And then we'll try to work closer to get back to what we would like to do would be our Thursday podcast.
Yeah. Cool.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.